Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Beaky, and let's go for a drive. Alright, guys, so another little vlog chill out time for you guys today. Got a few things I want to talk about in the video game industry. Overall, I want to talk about some stuff about Nintendo Switch, fighting games, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, the big recent news about the PlayStation 3 and Japan and what's happening there. And some rumors coming from the Fire Emblem people who also make the Advance Wars series, which Advance Wars is one of my favorite game series out there, and we might see a return, but there is struggles with that. But first thing first, guys, let's talk about what I'm about to do right now while I'm out and about. Wow, there's a lot of traffic, but that's how things go sometimes. Gives us more time to talk, actually, so I don't mind if there be traffic. But anyways, here's what we're talking about today. Why am I out? Well, headphones, a really messed up long string. This is one of my not original, but this is one of my old school headphones. Some of you guys have seen me use this in my old videos from at least 5+ years ago. This is what I used to make my audio for years, man, trying to mess with the game, trying to make it work. This is way back when a YouTuber didn't have money to be buying new mics, man. I didn't buy the Blue Yeti for a long time, and I use this. There's even a little bit of electrical tape right here just because a little bit of the sleeve is showing. But this thing has held up. This U2 mic from who knows what company this is has held up for a very damn long time. So my friend, who I convinced to buy PlayerUnknown's Battleground, which I made a video about a week and a half ago, he does not have a PC mic because he's not been really gaming on PC for a long time. And when we go into the team games, the duo games, or if we want to play with more people, like up to 4 people, it's really hard to get a full group of people. And I'm talking, he could hear me because we're on the cell phones, but I want him to be able to talk with us. And he's like, yeah, man, I want to play with a bunch of people too. So I said, you know what, I'm going to come over there and drop you off this mic. I've had it for a long time. I don't use it anymore, and it's just a good thing that I was able to keep it. And I mean, it's kind of my fault anyways. Oh man, please people go. I cannot be stuck in the middle of this light. I'll get a ticket for this. What is going on right now? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I am in the middle of an intersection that they give tickets for doing this, so I am not too happy. You know what? Let's just move over to the side. I'm not getting a ticket for being in the middle of that intersection. Okay, so every car stopped for some unknown reason. I don't know if there's an accident up ahead or what's going on, but everybody's following my lead. I'm going on the shoulder, not really supposed to do that, but I prefer not to get a ticket because I know how this light works and how the police are over here. They're super aggressive with the ticket, so if this guy lets me in, I will be just fine. And yes, he does let me in. So that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna let the other guy in. Hey, see, it's great when everybody just works together. I'll let that guy in. The guy behind me lets me in. Everybody's in. Nobody gets tickets. We all good to go, but we're stopped again. But back to what I was saying. For anybody who see, so I'm gonna go see my friend right now to give him my very precious headphones right here. Somehow these worked. I made podcasts. I made probably over 1,000 YouTube videos making these. So if you guys wondered why some of my older videos audios kind of sucked, it was probably because I was using these for so many years. But hey, man, when you're a YouTuber starting out and you don't got a lot of money to buy a lot of equipment, you got to use what you can use. So I was using this. So anyways, I'm going to go give him this for PlayerUnknown's Battleground. The reason I'm going to give him this is because I want to record me and my other friends as well, play the game together, and for you guys to hear that teamwork playing together, because the way he plays and the way I play, like, he's more into just wanting to fight people right away. I'm more of the survivalist. So I want to survive, be quiet. So our play off for each other is like, I'm trying to keep him calm. Like, yo, just don't run out there, bro. Slow down, take it slow. But he's like, nah, man, I gotta go get them. I'm like, nah, bro, chill out. Let's take it slow. We're trying to get to the team number 1, because like, I'm not very good at the game when it comes to killing, but come to surviving, I'll hit somebody. If I can't win the fight, I'll keep on moving to the next fight. And I've been in the top freaking 10 a lot of times since I've gotten this game for how much I've played. Him, he's not really been there. Only time he's been in the top, he's been in team number 2, and the only reason he was team number 2 is because I made it to freaking number 2. He died like in the first 3 minutes of the match, and I made it all the way to number 2 by myself on PlayerUnknown's Battleground. I made it down to the 2nd player alive, and the only damn reason I died is because that's the first time I ever made it that far, and I didn't realize how instantly quick the damn field killed you. I kind of backed up a little too much. Right when I was sneaking up behind the guy to kill him, the field came around me and killed me. So fucking pissed. So pissed. But with that out of the way, I want to talk about fighting games real quick. Recently I've been playing Injustice 2 with my friends. I got that, got me a copy, and got my friend Jem a copy. My friend Jack already has a copy. So we all started playing it yesterday, and I've gotten really into Arthrotheus, one of the Red Lantern, to play with that character. But my point about talking about this is, next up, I'm going to get the game Tekken. Tekken's coming out next month, and that's another really big game coming out in June. That's a fighting game I'm really into. Marvel vs. Capcom is going to be coming out later this year, and I'm really excited to play this new Marvel vs. Capcom. And then there's a Switch, and the Switch is going to be getting ARMS, which are Nintendo-based fighting games, and it does have Ultra Street Fighter 2, which is some reason a $39.99 game, which doesn't seem justified if you guys go watch Digital Foundry's analytics about the... they talk about everything from frame rate to pricing. They just basically say it's not worth it compared to the 360 game that came out all those years ago. So I'm just like, I can't buy that game. But I'm seeing that if Capcom could put out a game like Street Fighter, even if it's an old one, to the system, I just really feel like the Switch, it would be a great console for fighting games. Now hear me out, guys. I know that some of you guys might really disagree with me with this, but when I had the PlayStation Vita, right, I loved playing Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate on the Vita when it came out on there. They had some Street Fighter game there. There was a bunch of fighting games on the Vita as a handheld system. And one of my favorite things about that is not that I was buying it to play with my friends on those platforms. It was more or less to give me practice, and like practice when I'm out on a line, when I'm out on break. I like having fighting games with me, something you can pick up really quickly, play a few matches, and just keep on moving. So I just think that if these developers, and I'm not going to blame Nintendo on this, I just don't think the developers have realized yet, it's just like the Vita. The Vita had a lot of fighting games. If you go back and check the Vita title list, there was a bunch of fighting games there, a bunch of well-known fighting games. Even the PlayStation Portable had like Tekken games and stuff. So there are a lot of fighting games out there for handheld systems, and I would love to. Even the DS, even the 3DS or DS? It was the 3DS had a Street Fighter, a regular Street Fighter game on the 3DS. So I'm saying, with Tekken coming out, with freaking Injustice here right now, Marvel vs. Capcom, I really want to see a version of these games on the Switch. Now, I think I know where people are going to come from. It's like, oh, the Switch is more or less a home console, so Nintendo and these developers are thinking it's supposed to be like, if it's going to have a game that's on that platform, the Switch, and then the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, it's going to have to be somewhat comparable in graphics to a point. But I think for fighting games will be the one place I will be like, okay, I'm willing to take a lot less graphics for the ability to play these games at the full 60 FPS 60 FPS frame rate. Sorry, I said resolution there. Like fluid motion, and just take downgraded 720p or 540p on the handheld graphics, just so I could practice the game when I'm out and about. Like, I'm willing to take a lesser version if it just doesn't cost us $60, or if it does cost us $60, then, because this is the reason why I'm saying this, guys. I own Marvel vs. Capcom 3 a lot of times, and I bought it, even though I had it on the consoles, I bought it for the Vita when I did, because plain and simple, the fact was, when I had it on the Vita, I had it out and about so I could practice the game, to get better at the game, to kick my friends' butts. The same thing I was doing when I had Street Fighter on the 3DS, same thing I was doing when I had Tekken on the PlayStation Portable, and all those Soul Calibur games, you know what I'm saying, all those past portable consoles. I didn't buy those versions of the fighting games because I knew that was going to be the best looking versions of the game. It was a way for me to get practice when I was out and about and play my system. It's just a shame that now that the Switch is here, which is a more powerful handheld console, I know everybody wants to call it a home console, but F that, it's a handheld console. It is a handheld, guys. It is a handheld. That thing, the dock doesn't do shit. You take it, you put that thing in the dock, it's just an HDMI out. It's a handheld console that's really freaking powerful, and it would be absolutely great to get Tekken on there, Injustice 2 on there, Marvel vs. Capcom, the new one that's coming out, be able to play, even if the graphics are not that great, as long as it's the same frame rate and the feeling and the button layout is the exact same as the other systems, so you go get a chance to play on the go, practice single player, I'll be perfectly fine. That's just my look at it, guys. This is my personal thought there, and I can rant on that all day long. I just think that these developers, especially over Capcom and especially over Warner Brothers, are missing out on what, and Namco Bandai and Capcom, just Capcom again, is all missing what they've done in the past. They did fighting games on these handhelds in the past, and it worked out. I mean, like, if it worked out for you in the past, it could work out for you again. Sorry guys, I'm just sneak past. Yeah, there's a big long traffic jam right here. I have no clue. I'm taking a different road. I have no clue what's going on with the traffic. So let me find a longer route. I'll find a different route to my friends. I have no clue what's up with the traffic. I just don't want to deal with it right now. Really do not. Really do not. I won't be able to read you guys' chat comments right away, just letting you guys know, but feel free to keep chatting. I'll try to take a look at it when I get a second to stop at a light or something like that, or something else, just to see what you guys had to freaking say. But let me know if you guys want to see more fighting games all over the place, because I sure as hell feel like I do. Alright, so we have some Hayes in chat, so thanks for everybody says hey, like Sly and stuff like that. Alright guys, alright, so back to what I think also. So now let's talk about the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 is stopping sales in Japan. There's no more shipment. Not sales. I don't want to say sales. Sales are still going to be available for all the units that are already in stores. But they're not going to be shipping any brand new PlayStation 3 consoles in Japan. It's like, that's it. It's sold over 80 million units of the PlayStation 3. And in Japan now, it's like, oh, nope, whatever you have that's it. So is this the sign that the PlayStation 3 console is finally coming to the end of life? Well, I'm just going to say yes, and that's perfectly fine. The console was an absolutely bombshell great console, man. It was a killer. PlayStation 3 was an amazing console. It had a lot of great Japanese games, a lot of European games, a lot of North American made games, Western made games, and I'm not surprised that right now Sony's like, okay, we don't see the PlayStation 3 selling as much right now in Japanese area.